throw away what you thought you knew about how Lisa Marie Presley lived and died. Yes, she was once addicted to opioids, and yes, 2 different types of opioids were found in her system after she died on January 12th, 2023. Something else was responsible for the singer's death, however. It's no less heartbreaking. I'm Addison Hager, and thank you to longtime subscribers who trusted us with news following the death of Elvis Presley's daughter at age 54. If you're new, welcome. Consider tapping that subscribe button or just press thumbs up. Presley died after going into cardiac arrest, but had complained about abdominal pain. Now we know why. It's the first of 2 sad stories today, but the second is more bittersweet. Kenny Rogers' wife Wanda just shared how he spent his final day on Earth, and y'all, this is how I want to go. TMZ was the first to share Lisa Marie Presley's autopsy and toxicology report, although outlets like ET also confirmed the news from the County of Los Angeles medical examiner on July 13th. She had 2 different opioids in her system. The first was oxycodone, but it was described as being at therapeutic levels. The second is buprenorphine, which is used to fight pain or to fight opioid addiction. Lisa was addicted to opioids several years ago, and after a difficult-to-watch series of interviews she gave days before her death, many thought she was hooked again. Also in her system was quetiapine, an antiseptic medication. Here comes the stunning part. The coroner determined that opioids did not contribute to Lisa Marie Presley's death. Furthermore, there were no drugs or drug paraphernalia at her home at the time, and a urine toxicology came out clean. She wasn't using in that kind of way. However, family sources told TMZ in January that she had recently undergone some cosmetic surgery and weight loss treatment, and her prescribed pain pills might have been overused. That's conjecture, however. The truth is, the medical examiner determined Presley's cause of death was a small bowel obstruction. Remember that abdominal pain? She had an obstruction that, quote, was in the form of a strangulated small bowel caused by adhesions that developed after bariatric surgery years ago. This is a known complication of this kind of surgery, and ultimately, that's what cut her life too short. Our third and final story today involves a major mistake by an American Idol winner that tens of millions of people watched live. You'll love how he owned it. But first, the story of Kenny Rogers' last day. People talk to his widow Wanda about how she's doing since his death. Short answer, it's been really hard. Quote, I miss his love, his support, I miss his touch, I miss everything about him. I wish we could have that one last conversation just to say, are you good? Are you okay? Thumbs up if those words moved you, and if you can relate, or if you'd like to send well wishes to Wanda and her teenage boys, leave a comment below. Kenny was in hospice before he died the evening of March 20, 2022. Wanda says they spent that day watching movies as he enjoyed ice cream and chocolate sauce, his favorite dish. She journaled the whole thing and says she still goes back to read what she wrote and cries. Their sons told her the next morning that the good part of him dying at home was his spirit will be there forever. It's all just too much. Link to the article from People in the description section below. I suggest you read it to find out the unusual circumstances they met under and more. And finally, American Idol winner Ian Tongai had a chance to sing the national anthem before the 2023 All-Star Game in Seattle, and he made a big mistake. Can you spot it? The 18-year-old kept his hat on, and the internet does what the internet does worst. On Twitter, he owned it, writing, quote, tens of thousands of people, I walk out and my uncle reminds me to remove my hat before I start singing. I remember. A few seconds later, the nerves took in and I didn't remember until it was all done. I will try to do better next time. I mean, the guy is just 18 years old. The nerves got the best of him. Totally forgivable, right? Be nice, but feel free to comment below. I'm Addison Hager for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for subscribing.
Okay, we want to know what the conversation was like with you and your boyfriend when y'all decided it was time to hard launch.
Oh, we hard launched. We've been together for a while. I've been seeing him for 2 years and some change. I made him wait a really long time before I introduced him to the world. I've introduced, of course, to my family and my really close friends, but I feel like my daddy has always said this thing, and I've always kind of kept it in my back pocket. But he says, if you tell all your business and you ain't got none. And I just felt like there was going to be a right time, uh, to share him with the world. I've kind of been holding on to it myself because that was one of the very few things that I was not sharing with the world. But I was like, you know what? I made him wait 2.5 years. I guess it's time for me to introduce the most important person in my life. So here he is, Duck Hodges. He's all right.
So, but what was like, did you tell him like, all right, this, and was it like a planned, like outlined hard launch?
It was this thing where probably about a year prior, I thought, I don't know, maybe you could walk the red carpet with me at the ACMs next year or something like that. So it's something that we've been like looking forward to and things like that. But yes, it was like, all right, here goes nothing. A lot of folks don't even know that I have a significant other. And it's not like I've been like trying to keep him a secret. It just hadn't really came up. And I'll be honest, as a female in country music, there's definitely times where you need folks to know that like you're here to show up and work and get down to business. And I wanted to make sure that it was about my music. But now I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Let's share some of these other parts of my life and my world. And he's so supportive. He high fives me on the way out the door and on the way in the door. And that's just how it is. He's my biggest cheerleader.
So you were talking about the ACMs, and that was where the hard launch was. So we have instant replay, and we've been checking the footage just over and over in slow mo, and we noticed when you won, you got, it looked like it was a hug, but it looked like he might have been going in for a kiss. Was there a moment that you guys discussed this and you guys were on the wrong page? Or like, tell us
Because
about.
it looked awkward. I'll tell you, we talked about doing a handshake. And maybe next time we will. But it was one of those things where I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my face. Are we doing the handshake? Are we not? Because I'll be honest, I was just like, what is happening in life right now? So he was like, do I kiss you? Do I hug you? I mean, some folks think that we've only been together for 2 weeks because I wore his Steelers jersey when I played the Pittsburgh Stadium with Luke Combs a few weeks prior. So that was kind of a little of a soft launch, I guess you could say. And so some of the people watching the show, they literally thought that we had met that night. And I had just invited him to walk the carpet with me, which is not the truth. Because I'll tell you what, if I'm going to invite you to walk a country music award show carpet, you have to be really, really special to me and really important in my life, and you have to not be going anywhere. So, yeah, he ain't going anywhere.